Hey folks, I was in the middle of making another video behind me. You want a sneak peek? There it is. Okay, good. And I jumped on the old Spacebooks, you know, because I forgot to turn my phone down. I want to go over this right here real quick, only because it's come up a couple of times. And as much as I, love WooCommerce, I do want to point out some stuff in, I want to point out some stuff in Lifter that I think a few people might be maybe missing. So, payment gateways, okay, great, rock on. That's a good, that's a very valid point. Okay. Selling downloadable products, still love that name. But so Melissa's using downloadable products in the same transaction. Well, you know what's really interesting there is that in the Lifter LMS engagements, you could stick one in there, add it as an attachment, or something like that, and completely alleviate. Like, I'm so and this isn't everybody. This is only, old people. No, I'm just kidding. Trim it down. That's always the goal. There is to. Speaking of which, look at that. Not my head. The number of plugins, your body mass index, then healthy content, right? That has nothing to do with. But it's a similar example, okay? It is a very similar example. Bundle products together as well as do post-checkout upsells with WooCurve. Okay, rock on. If you're just doing digital, some kind of downloads, you can always use the engagements or a lot of other ways instead of having to juggle. Okay, here we go. This is a good one right here. KPC, right? Lots of Facebook Pixel plugins have integration with WooCommerce, which you need for running effective Facebook and InstaTweeter, Gramville, Tube ads. Okay. In Lifter, okay, so they don't have a thank you page like WooCommerce, and if you're really into Facebook and all of that marketing, you can tell Facebook or the Tweeterville, or I think that's Farmville. I don't know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. You can tell it to fire on an action. So if you got to home, cart, checkout, never finished. So you can say, okay, run an abandoned cart action to that pixel, to that Facebook ID. Well, you can also just add footer, add header, add footer, and you can still register those. You can still register those, and then so on checkout, okay, you hook into the order complete, and this is of course over on Thomas's Gist. But right in here, okay, that's where you're going to put your Twitter, your Facebook, whatever, Instagram. What's the other one? Does Pinterest have one? I hope to hell they don't. Mainly Google Tag Manager because it takes care of everything. But you put all that right here. Look, right here. See the guy with big ears? Okay, right there. Okay, right there. That's where you put it. So, of course, you snag this right here. Okay. Throw that in your child functions.php. And then you stick your tweeter right there, buddy. That's where your tweeter and your Facebook and all that stuff goes. Okay, so again, we've taken out, as much as I love it, we've taken out WooCommerce again. Okay, selling products. Well, that makes sense if the product is physical and it has to be shipped. There's so much database stuff that you have. I mean, if it scales, when it grows, and I hope everybody's site grows, that's kind of the point of all this, is that when it grows, you're gonna, never mind. Payment, if there be a need to move from Lifter, that it makes sense to not use Lifter LMS from the beginning. I can't help but wonder, Badget, if you would send out a survey that says how many of you are sending physical products as well. But anyways, Nassar, the price of PayPal and Stripe, obviously it's free. They're over on GitHub. It's a better move to buy Woo. You don't buy Woo and add PayPal and Stripe for free. Well, WooCommerce is free. Right. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so see, we're going to keep going here. Don't forget that if you want to do recurring subscriptions, maybe you want to do a big push or promotion and say, okay, this is the initial offering. Sign up now at the discounted price, or you're going to have to pay $19 a month for, who knows how long. If you want to do that, then you're going to have to go buy subscriptions from WooCommerce anyways. That's $200. Let's see. Portugal. Okay. But to meet a vast variety of lifters should provide Woo in it. Okay. Oh yeah. This is PayPal Payment Gateway doesn't support recurring payments unless you have reference transactions, and that's totally true. If you can't, if for whatever reason you don't qualify for reference transactions, subscriptions will and is supposed to work. But if PayPal is cutting back on those, then that doesn't work. Woo is easier to connect with accounting software. You can always export stuff. But again, see, that's what I'm saying. You got to go from WooCommerce to, from Lifter to WooCommerce, and then to whatever else you want. Because we can link to a merchant. Okay. Yada, yada, yada. Who's that idiot with big ears right there? I don't know. Okay, anyways. Plugins with Woo that help me track how customers found my product. Well, hold on. Let's just do this right now. Where'd it go? There it is. Rinky, have a good day. Stripe is unavailable in many countries. WooCommerce provides the ability to use a wide range of payment processors. And that's when I, was kind of talking about maybe Lifter should directly do that. Different taxes for different countries. That's, export orders and your country. I hate Excel, but, your country's in there. Filter. Okay. Jenny, I use Woo because I need a group registration. I have managers signing up both. See, that's where what's his name from? They were at WooConf. I think they flew over one time. But that's if they can make that for WooCommerce, then they ought to be able to make that for Lifter as well. I mean, honestly, it's a lot of the same pieces with a lot less bloat, a lot smaller. I mean, you know, you kids in the kettlebell club, whatever that crap is, you know, if you don't want to have a dad bod, you want your body mass index to be lighter, then you know, I think Jenny's over in the other group as well, but you know, if Jenny's, I mean, just think about this. If Jenny has to get, let's say Jenny's doing just a course. So she's got Lifter LMS. Okay, she's got a course, and she needs group registration. So the path from point A to point B involves all of that. If she's got, you know, selling physical products, that's one thing. Got to have shipping, all that stuff. Got to have all the shipping tables, shipping classes, store the name, address, phone number, you know, WooCommerce database of tables and all that is fun. But if but you know, if Jenny doesn't go from point A to point B in the most efficient way as possible, Lifter LMS, WooCommerce, Wisdom Labs, WooCommerce, multiple signups, and you're like, oh wow, that's a lot of bourbon, you know. So then, okay, if, as of right now, if you don't get approved for reference transactions, then you've got to go get WooCommerce reference transactions, which the API, let's say you have a maybe better chance of getting reference transactions if you run with that. But I'm sure Thomas and the crew is on getting that into Lifter as well. Okay, but here's the what was I looking for? Oh, mainly just this. You know, there was somebody else that said, there was somebody over in the other group that said, hey, look, I got to use WooCommerce because I got to have, you know, some kind of role manager. And I said, hold on. Did you go back over here and look at this? You know, you've got, no. You've got all kind of roles over here. Okay? So don't forget that too. If you want to lock something down, to only students or only enrolled course members, because some people are finally going to get, you know, get some more videos up there. But listen, if you have, this is something I didn't know, or I found out way too late. If you're using Lifter LMS, big deal. If you're using Lifter LMS and you're getting people into a membership and they have not enrolled, and you're firing all kind of triggers on the student user type, that will never happen until the student or until the individual who's in the membership becomes enrolled in a course. Just remember that. Making a membership and saying, okay, have at it. That does not make somebody a user role. So if you've got emails firing off based on user role and things like that, if you auto-enroll that person into any course, they immediately now have a user role because they're enrolled in a course. What was the other tip that I wanted to share? Oh yeah, now I remember what it was. You've got Lifter, and you've got WooCommerce, and you've got subscriptions, and you've got memberships, and you probably got a drinking problem. So at this point, I want everyone to remember that Lifter LMS has you can restrict that to a membership, or you can restrict the whole site, not that you really want to do that, but go back and look at the docs. You can of course do that. The other spot that you can lock this down for a you can lock this down for anything. It's not on. Let's go to any of the posts or something. Bulk editing, yeah, sounds good. You can look. See this right here? Big deal. Big deal. You can restrict anything in the world that you want. Okay, any page. Let's go to pages. Okay, you can go to all the pages as well, and you can restrict all of those. Okay, follow the idiot with big ears. Look right here. It's right here, right there. Big ears, right there. Big ears. Okay. So you can restrict anything you want by, any kind of membership level. You can select a course or a membership level. And guess what? You don't have to use WooCommerce. You do not have to use, I'm just saying, geez. From all the way back when it used to be called WooDojo and Bubble Storm Media would show up on your credit card bill. If you know what that is, raise your hand. Crickets. That was so long ago. I love WooCommerce, but if you're using Lifter LMS and all you're wanting to do is restrict something, or let's say you want to restrict it, don't forget, that was the other thing. Don't forget that you can always integrate BuddyPress. Let's say you have affiliate WP in there and you want to completely and totally restrict that. Well, guess what? There's the short code. You can totally lock that page down if you want. And that applies to, let's not forget, that applies to every short code, period. So when you have a BuddyPress, a BBPress, or anything like that, hey, there's my engagements. What was I looking for? Oh, that's right. The integrations. Don't forget that you can put that with BuddyPress, BBPress, and of course you can always, stick to drinking bourbon. But all of those have short codes, right? So what do? Instead of going out and buying WooCommerce, setting it up with memberships, all of that stuff, don't forget that every post, let's just say it like this. That button's right there. That button's right there. Okay? Okay, I think that was all. Maybe. God forbid somebody make a script. Yeah, that was it. Where's what's his name's backpack? Adam, you got to do a team up with what's his name and get a backpack going, backpack video. Okay, that's it. Remember to read the docs, all of the docs, right? You know that one guy that stops and asks for directions? Hell yeah, that's me. Usually. Don't forget to read the docs, because a lot of times, you're going to find something right there that says, okay, well, look, I need to add header footer for all the other ones. And then for the checkout action, we're going to pull into Billing Complete. Okay. And then we're going to send all of this, the order ID, the total, Susie Smith, checked out with Insta-Tweetervillegram tube, right? And you put that right there. But you got to read the docs to find that. You want roles and capabilities for different, and the other thing is you can pull those in to other plugins that rely on user roles and capabilities. Are they a subscriber? Are they a student? Are they a teacher? Are they admin? Something like that. So don't forget to read the docs. Read the docs, read the docs, read the docs. Let's see, I got to do that one today. But don't forget to read the full docs there. You know, get some coffee, get you a nice Texas rainy day, you know, and just sit there and read the docs forever. Because your goal, let's do this again. Your goal is to have a low BMI and to have thin, healthy content. That doesn't apply to just content. That applies to the plugins, the number of hours you're going to spend in the plugins. And this is the big thing that it's going to take me forever to make these. Your checkout process always underline, capital, bold, MySpace, blinky text, always frickin' matters. Subscriptions, if you can't get a add to cart on variable product ID for subscription, then your checkout process is 4 or 5 steps long. Lift your LMS, click, pay, get on your way. That's it. I'm just saying, you got to think it all the way through, because not only are you going to lose customers if your checkout process is, you know, then you're asking for what's your city, what's your state. You may or may not need those depending on if you're wherever the heck the VAT lives, you know. But just remember, before you jump you jump down that WooCommerce rabbit hole, read the docs up there to see, okay, wait a minute, I can have, you know, a restricted BuddyPress group. I can have a restricted BBPress. I can lock down just all kind of stuff. Because over on the right-hand side is a little toggle that says, let's lock this puppy down. So you have membership restriction already built in. You don't need to go through the process of WooCommerce memberships, restrict, you know, all these things, unless you've got actual products that you want to restrict to, you know, maybe students. That's kind of an edge case, but I mean, I can see it happening. So does that make sense? If you're using WooCommerce with subscriptions, you know, your landing page or your no, I don't have enough time to write that. Add to cart. Let's say you've got 2 different subscription levels. You know, you've got 2 different product attributes on your WooCommerce subscription, and you're like, oh my gosh, why am I not getting any sales? Because it takes them a damn week and a half to check out. You know, if you want to make it really simple, then after you get WooCommerce, after you get subscriptions, then you have to go in there and get the direct, add to cart, redirect to checkout for the variable subscription ID. Make that a button. And your checkout process, and your checkout process goes, and your conversions go like that. Okay? Conversions go up, the number of steps to the checkout goes down, but you've got to go through all those damn steps in WooCommerce just to achieve what you can do with Lifter. Did I do it right? Yeah, I did. Well, it'll be up in a few days. But in Lifter, you can do that in one click. You want to be part of the group? You want to join this course? You know, whatever your feature benefit of your program is, you want to be part of the whatever, click, card, PayPal, have a good day, let's go. That's it. You want to do that in WooCommerce, first you have to get bourbon, then you have to get coffee, then you have to go through and wonder why your checkout process is landing page, product page, select the toggles, because nobody ever does the cool way to make variations. Select one of the 2 toggles, then add to cart, then get to the cart, then get to checkout, then nobody ever takes all those fields off. You know, and you're like, whoa, 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 Brad, hold on. You love WooCommerce. I do. But understand what you're working with here. You can go from point A to point B without WooCommerce on so many of those. Okay, I gotta go. So many of those, you know, so many of those scenarios. It wouldn't have been funny that, I mean, I just wanted to stop and point that out. See, yakking like an old man if I ain't got a script. All right, bye.